The story plunges us into the eerie silence of the Upside Down, a parallel dimension cloaked in perpetual twilight and shadow. Here, Barb Holland, Nancy's best friend, finds herself trapped in the monstrous creature's lair, a twisted, organic library of horrors. It's a place where the air itself seems to breathe with malevolence, and the ground is covered in a pulsating, vine-like growth. Barb, disoriented and terrified, tries to pull herself up, away from the slimy tendrils that snake around her. The pool she is in is no longer the pristine blue of Steve Harrington's backyard, but a black viscous pit. A guttural growl echoes through the cavernous space, and from the grotesque, web-like structures above, the Demogorgon descends. Its petal-like face unfurls, revealing a nightmarish maw filled with rows of needle-sharp teeth. Barb's scream is a desperate, final plea, swallowed by the suffocating darkness of this other world. Meanwhile, back in the relative safety of Hawkins, the search for Will buyers intensifies, taking on a more disparate and unconventional edge. 11, the mysterious girl with psychokinetic powers, becomes the group's compass, their only real hope. Under the guidance of Mr. Clark, the boys Mike, Dustin, and Lucas construct a sensory deprivation tank in the school's gymnasium. It's a makeshift affair, a kiddie pool filled with hundreds of pounds of salt and water, designed to help 11 amplify her abilities and reach across dimensions. The goal is simple, yet profoundly dangerous: to find Will and Barb. As 11 prepares to submerge, the weight of their expectations hangs heavy in the air. She dons a modified diving helmet, its wires connecting to the school's AV equipment, her small frame looking almost lost in the oversized gear. With a deep breath, she sinks into the salt water, the world above fading away as she slips into the void. In this black, empty expanse, 11 is a solitary beacon. A faint, ethereal glow emanates from her, a psychic aura that cuts through the infinite darkness. Water ripples at her feet, though there is no surface, no ground, only the cold, silent emptiness of her own mind. She walks through this mental landscape, her focus absolute, searching for a sign, a whisper, a trace of her lost friends. It is here, in this profound isolation, that she first encounters the true horror. The Demogorgon appears not as a physical entity, but as a psychic echo, a terrifying manifestation of the creature's presence. It emerges from the blackness, a silhouette of jagged limbs and monstrous form, its aura a stark, predatory red against the void. The creature is a predator in its purest form, drawn to blood and fear. 11 watches, a silent observer, as it stalks its prey, replaying the gruesome final moments of Barb's life. The vision is raw, unfiltered, and deeply traumatic. Back in the gymnasium, the connection is tenuous. The lights flicker, and the radio crackles with static, broadcasting the faint, terrified screams from the other side. Mike, holding 11's hand, feels the psychic shockwave of her terror. He calls out her name, trying to pull her back, but she is lost in the vision, a prisoner of the monster's memory. When she finally surfaces, gasping and shivering, the truth she brings back is devastating. Bob is gone, dead. The news hits the group like a physical blow, the harsh reality shattering their youthful hope. The monster is real, it's lethal, and it has already claimed a life. The confirmation of Barb's fate sends a ripple of fear and grief through them all, but it also hardens their resolve. They are no longer just searching for a lost friend. They are facing a predator that must be stopped. Nancy Wheeler and Jonathan Byers, driven by their own guilt and a desperate need for answers, embark on a separate, far more dangerous path. They are convinced the monster that took Barb and Will is real, and they are determined to hunt it down. Their investigation leads them to a local sporting goods store, where they purchase a grim arsenal, a revolver, bear traps, gasoline, and a baseball bat studded with nails. Their plan is born of desperation and a shared sense of responsibility. They are no longer just a high school student and a quiet photographer. They are hunters, preparing for a battle against an unknown entity that has shattered the peace of their small town. They are united by a common purpose, a bond forged in fear and loss, ready to confront the darkness that has crept into their lives. Their hunt takes them deep into Mirkwood, the sprawling forest that borders Hawkins. The woods are dark and foreboding, the trees casting long, skeletal shadows. The air is thick with tension as they set their trap, baiting it with their own blood, a calculated risk based on 11's visions. They slice their palms, letting the scent of their blood permeate the air, a siren call to the dimension-hopping predator. They wait, hidden amongst the trees, the silence of the forest broken only by the snap of a twig or the rustle of leaves. The suspense is palpable, each passing moment stretching into an eternity. This is no longer a game or a fantasy. It's a life-or-death confrontation with a creature from another world. As they wait, a wounded deer stumbles into the clearing, its leg caught in one of their traps. Its cries of pain echo through the woods, an unintended consequence of their plan. Before they can react, a new sound joins the deer's panicked crease-a-wet, dragging sound, accompanied by a low, guttural growl. The Demogorgon has arrived. It tears through the fabric of reality, emerging from a pulsating organic portal that opens in the trunk of a nearby tree. The sight is horrifying, a grotesque tear in the world, gooey and alive. The monster, drawn by the scent of blood, ignores Nancy and Jonathan, its attention fixed on the helpless deer. It drags the animal into its otherworldly portal, which seals shut behind it, leaving only a shimmering, viscous residue and two terrified witnesses. The encounter is brief but utterly chilling, a stark confirmation of the monster's existence and its terrifying power. Shaken but resolute, Nancy and Jonathan follow the creature's trail, leading them to the portal it created. Armed with their makeshift weapons, they prepare to cross over into the upside-down Nancy. With a mixture of fear and determination, crawls through the slimy, pulsating opening. She finds herself in a twisted, decaying version of their own world, a place of silent horror. The air is thick with floating spores, and the ground is covered in the same menacing, vine-like growth. It's a world drained of life and color, an echo of Hawkins consumed by a creeping, organic decay. She sees the Demogorgon feasting on the deer, its back turned, and she knows this is their chance. Back in the real world, Steve Harrington, driven by a jealous suspicion of Nancy and Jonathan's relationship, arrives in the woods just in time to see them disappear into the portal. Confused and angry, he calls out their names, his voice echoing through the silent trees. His arrival, however, proves to be a fateful interruption. His shouts draw the monster's attention. As Nancy prepares to take her shot, the Demogorgon turns, its gaze locking onto her. She fires the revolver, the bullets striking the creature's tough hide, but doing little more than enraging it. The monster charges and Nancy scrambles back through the portal, escaping just in time. The portal seals behind her, but the danger is far from over. The enraged Demogorgon, now aware of their presence, begins to stalk them in their own world. The tension escalates as lights flicker in Jonathan's house, a telltale sign of the monster's proximity. They know it's coming for them. They board up the windows, reinforce the doors, and lay out their traps, turning the buyer's home into a makeshift fortress. The nail-studded bat, the bear traps, the gasoline every item is placed with a desperate hope that it will be enough. The atmosphere is thick with dread as they wait for the inevitable attack. It's a siege, a final stand in a quiet suburban home against a creature from another dimension. Their quiet evening has transformed into a desperate fight for survival, a battle that will determine not only their own fates but the fate of their entire town. The monster is coming, and they're all that stands in its way. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite shows.